I thought we were a bit stiff, but all in all, our backs, I think, are settling really well. Our mids, it's 50-50 there at the moment. If we can gain an advantage in there, I think we'll be okay.
And Drew Stockton, he looked like he was in a bit of pain before. Any update on him?
Drew will be fine, mate. He just needs a little bit of a rest and he'll be back.
Cheers. Great stuff there, Hayden Tilbrook. Thanks to Car Sales riding the boundary line on debut as well this week. Did a great job on social media last week. That throne's been handed over to Lachlan Mitchell today. But here is Brad Henderson with the second term.
Yep, second quarter underway. Gawley up against Byers in the ruck, and they surge clear here. Noble Park, the kick by Hillard to full forward. It was knocked away, and there was some holding on. Now, which way is the umpire going to see this? It will go to Montrose. So the free kick goes to the Demons. The kick to Tennant on a long lead. Bo Tennant hard up against the boundary line here. Just considers his options and kicks down the line. Mark there was not taken by Glenn. Back pedals with the handball. Wilson with a little give. Didn't have too much in support though. A lot of players around the footy. Bastanak taken to ground. Did he get a free kick? He did. And was held on to without the ball then. So Jordan Bastanak will send the Demons forward. High kick. Big pack of players fly for the footy. Came off hands. Hewitt for his second. And he's done it well then. Made something out of nothing really. Put the ball across the body. Sailed through, and the Demons have their third on the board. They trail by 7 points.
Let's cross down boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons, who was over at Noble Park's huddle. What did Mick Fogarty have to say, Tim?
Well, he won't be too happy with that, because the one thing he really stressed early was that they really were just chasing too much earlier in that first quarter, and they needed to start with some aggression there. So he'll be very disappointed that they let through an early goal. They need to tidy up their use of their hands. We saw them use their running handball play a lot that first quarter, but he just wants it tidied up a bit, and look for them to going straight up to the top of the goal square, because he doesn't want them being trapped in that forward pocket.
Jones goes forward over the back there that time. The Wild did well to cause the spoil. Deep in defence, Getcher trapped the football, then thumped it, gave it everything he's got. He kicked it out towards McDonald direction. Over the top of him, Jordan Marson in the fall, the ball handball, scooped over the top. Here's McDonald again, up towards the half-forward line. Players getting a hand on it, it just stays alive. And the handball was chopped off by Anthony Marson. And over she goes for a boundary, throwing back down boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, we just saw Sketcher with another possession there. They were really aware that they thought he might get some attention this quarter, so they really stressed to their other mids and backs that they need to block for him and allow him to get that run that we saw in the first quarter.
Car Sales boundary riders right on point this afternoon. Umpire Tim Phillips pays the free kick to Kyle Martin. On the wing position, you know he'll give it a fair old roost. He's got a good shoe. He kicks the ball inside forward 50 now. Ball falls over the back. Taken there by Tennant. Little handball out wide. The kick out of defence goes nowhere. It goes straight down the throat of Kyle Martin, who's about 10 metres further back from where he just kicked it. So he's weighing up his options, the skipper. On the right boot, one of his greatest disposals there at the fall. The ball, here's Jones, got the quick handball away. They were putting themselves under a fair old bit of pressure here. Emberson couldn't release the football. Good umpiring, just let the play go on. Nicely done there by Rickard. Got the handball out. Bastanak, he's been lively for the D's. Up towards the half-forward line. The pack spoils there. Dimon, he was in there as well. The kick goes forward. Which way will this one bounce? It's going to sit up there for Marola. He's got a bit of time for the Bulls. Trying to clear it out of that defensive zone. McDonald was underneath it. Spoiling there was Wilson for Montrose. Little quick handball there by Aganostu. Goes after it again. Second bite. Handball away. Went nowhere inside the centre square. We're going to have a ball up. The football's hot early in this second term on the Eastland scoreboard. It's a 7-point lead to Noble Park. 27 plays 20.
7 points, the margin, as you say. The umpire throws it up, fisted out of the air. Montrose go forward through Lanyon, who's ditched the long sleeves at quarter time. Kick to the pocket. Langdon does really well. Gives the handball off to Wilson, who coughed it up. Tackle there by Jones on Anagnostu, forces the ball clear. High up and under kick. Easto camped under it, but it was his teammate there floating in from the side and taking the mark. Might be Birchall for Montrose. And that was a great grab for the Demons. Bailey White, in fact, it was, who did really well on that occasion just judged it better than everybody else. And Bailey White will kick for Montrose to, well, they'll trail by only 1 point if he can kick the goal here. Pretty well straight in front. Not a great kick though, gee. Definitely hung it out to the right, and as soon as it left the boot, you could tell he was disappointed, and understandably so. So Noble Park still lead by 6 points.
Well, Mick Fogarty would be disappointed with this start. Poor disposal into the forward 50, just bombing it, and they haven't been clean at the ground and have been beaten first at it.
Well, Sketcher just ran out of the goal square and kicked it over the halfway mark here, and this could be what the definition of coast-to-coast football. Handball over the top there by Nelson. Spotted up Cusack, who was wrapped up in a fantastic tackle. The Demons might have their own advantage here. Going after it that time was Emberson. He rode the bump instead of going for the football then. That was probably disappointing as the kick goes forward, getting back and taking a strong mark. Eyes only for the football. Adam Hewitt, who's kicked 2 goals, who's finding himself up back at the moment, doing his bit. Short pass was on. Mark's been taken down low. Sam Rickard, the player who's played a lot of games for Montrose, very serviceable. Almost didn't take that mark as well. Might have even fooled the umpire in that instant. Kick goes out. I think this is Birchall who's got it. Might even be Hams as he goes up towards the wing position where Dimon takes the mark. Has a short option there in Emberson. That's ignored. He's going to pop it up for the Talls as the kick goes forward. A huge fly over the back there for the spoil. And White is quickly trapped, and we'll have a ball up 55 metres out from the goal line here. Barry Cotts has got some scores around the grounds on the score centre.
Yep, starting with Premier Division, and Norwood 4-3-27, North Ringwood 1-8, Doncaster 2 behinds, trailing of Vermont 3-5-23.
Marson there, hard up against the boundary line, boots it forward. Gawley was strongly tackled. The umpire said he disposed of that incorrectly, so free kick goes to Noble Park. Scott was the target, had a fair bit of it, couldn't quite drag it down though. Bulls go forward again through Marson. The kick was a pretty well weighted one to the pocket, and there'll be a free kick there to Collis, who was pretty strongly interfered with when he didn't have the ball.
Doncaster East leading by 10 goals early in the second term against Croydon.
Actually, wasn't all that much in that contest in the end.
There wasn't, but it was unnecessary, wasn't it? I mean, he could have made a better effort to actually look like he was trying to spoil, but I've been impressed with Montrose's work rate. Their work rate's been a little bit better than Noble at the moment.
So Collis, Will Collis is a left footer, and he's dragged it across the face of goal then for a minus score. Noble Park, they finally get a score on the board. It's taken them 7.5 minutes in this quarter, and they lead by 7 points.
It's crossed down boundary side thanks to car sales. Here's Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, the Noble Park forward group will be pretty happy. They really stressed at quarter time about allowing Montrose getting numbers back behind the ball, so they'll be happy that they're able to create an option there inside their own forward 50.
Emberson, who's been pretty good for the Montrose side this afternoon so far, gets it to Rickard out wide. So Sam Rickard across the half-back line. Up into the middle of the ground there. McMillan dropped what he should have taken, but had the second effort there. He kicked it up towards a half-forward line. Underneath it there was Glenn. He had one bite on it. The D's have the numbers. Handball over the top. Dinnan did well. They surge forward. Kick goes goalward. Is it going? Touched right on the line. If we had the score review, that was Rickard having the shot. We might be going back and having a very close look at that one. Nonetheless, it is a minor score. It's 1 goal, the difference, 28-22 on the Eastland scoreboard. Here's Barry Cotts around the grounds.
Yeah, Premier Division, Roval 8-3-51 leading South Croydon 1-3-9.
I picked Roval. Just saying.
I think all of us did, Jimmy.
Off hands, Marson's high kick. And, gee, that was a heavy collision there between McMillan and Jordan Marson, who's furious, slams his hand into the turf in frustration. Nice kick there by Hewitt, and the Demons come out of defence. Rickard, who's had a very busy second quarter. Kick to the wing position. Tua did well, was caught behind end, but got the important fist in then against Bailey White and managed to force a boundary throw in.
I'd say they're well on top at the moment, except for the scoreboard, Montrose. They are using the ball well. I think Noble have been lazy in the midfield. They're not transitioning hard enough all over the ground.
That was Oakes who fed it out nicely. Kick there forward was pretty effective. Just got to Marson on the half volley. Demons out of defence through Hams. Searching kick, looking for Wilson. Got hands to it. Off hands to Davis. He dropped it in the tackle. Had to do better than Mitch Davis. Coughed it up pretty easily. And the free kick goes to the Bulls through the middle this time. Nice kick to Martin. So Kyle Martin wheels around. Danny's turned it over. Geez, off the boil a bit today, Kyle Martin.
That's because Montrose are working so hard to get down into the defensive areas, and Noble don't have the options up forward at the moment.
Get 25, I think.
There's a lot going on off the ball then, and it's now a 25-metre penalty to Montrose. So Ryan Hillard, thumping kick. Davis worked his way to almost the front, but Tom Glenn had that position taken and safely captures the mark.
That's disappointing.
For Noble Park, but then puts it straight out of bounds on the full.
Been really impressed with Montrose's backline so far in this quarter, Davo.
Very, very well structured up at the moment, they are.
Hewitt rushed the kick in there. He was looking there for Bastenacker. Did pretty well and then was worked off the football right in front of the faithful who are filthy. He didn't get a free kick there. A little bit argy-bargy. Bastenack did well. Came back, got the handball away. Lanyon eventually in the arms there of Stockton on the right boot. Kicks the ball forward. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Getting underneath it there, Lual. He did well. Very well. Eyes only for the football. So deep in defence for Noble Park. He'll take off now to the races as a thumping kick goes out. Well, that was a beautiful kick as well. And the Bulls a chance to go through the middle of the ground. Here's Marston of the Jordan variety. Right in the guts, spearing past. That's okay. Rendell weighs up his options. He's been called off now by the umpire. He just has to go long. He goes very long. He thumped it a fair old way there and through for a minor score. 7 points the margin on the Eastland scoreboard. Second term here, 12 minutes gone. Let's go to Barry Cott's around the grounds on the score centre.
Yeah, to Division 1, Turner South 2-4-16, Bayswater 1-2-8, Knox 4-4-28, trailing Middlebark 5-1-31, Lilydale 4-2-26, Park Orchards 2-2-14.
Birchall brings the ball back in to Lanyon in the back pocket for Montrose. Kick to the wing position. Marola at the back was strongly tackled then by Langdon.
Boundary.
And it'll be a ball up.
Let's cross down boundary side thanks to car sales. Here's Hayden Tilbrook.
Fellas, we've seen Lowell down back. It looks like he doesn't have a direct opponent the entire time. We've seen him, he cut off that goal on the goal line before, and he's taken quite a few intercept marks. So it looks like he's really come into his own playing in that sweeper position.
Well, speaking of intercept marks, that kick from G was nicely intercepted by Hillard, and he passes to Rickard. Rickard's kick looking for Bailey White, but it was a very wide kick, gave White no chance on that occasion.
Noble's forward line is all over the place at the moment. They've got no real structure, and when they're bringing the ball in, they don't really have the target. Cusack's either got to play from the square because they've got nobody else that they're able to kick to at this stage.
Scott palmed it down then. Birchall was strongly tackled, and he was going nowhere then, Tyler Birchall.
Because if you look at him, he's got a complete mismatch at the moment. Even though Gardol's a very good player, he's got inches on him.
Ball on the deck with Scott. Farmed out a handball. Lanyon wheels onto that left foot. High up and under kick. 2-on-1 contest favoured Montrose.
Well done.
Robinson.
Very well done.
Of the ball. Sharked it nicely. Fantastic. Gets it forward and finds Bailey White, who takes a great contested mark. And has a chance to redeem himself for the shot he missed earlier in the quarter.
That was all Matty Robinson on that play. Great take on the run, speared the pass in. And let's see if Montrose can make Noble Park pay, David.
And look, it's been their clearance work and their work at the ground that's really hurt them at the moment. Playing very well, Montrose.
Well, he missed to the right earlier. This is a much better kick. He's happy with it. And it splits the middle. And Montrose... they are the team making all the running in this second quarter. They're 4-4-28. Noble Park 4-5-29. Just 1 point the margin on the Eastland scoreboard.
Barry Cott's around the grounds on the score centre.
Yes, looking at Division 2, the Basin 2-2-14, Baronia 2 behinds 2 point, Templestowe 6-36, to Scoresby 117, Mitcham 6-3-39 to Ringwood 4-3-27.
So the umpire to restart play here. 1 point in the margin. That's why we came here. We knew it'd be a belter. As the kick goes forward again for Montrose. Can they lead towards half-time here? Ball over the top. A little kick over the boundary line. It might have gone out of bounds on the full here. The boundary umpire, unfortunately, it was such fast-paced play that he was 150 metres behind it. So the field umpire and goal umpire will chat about this one. I reckon it's gone out of bounds on the full.
It's gone very close, but I think...
They're indecisive, so the call has been made to throw the ball in this instant. So, a few smiles on the faces up here at the balcony. What's happening in the background. 1 point is the margin. High throws the ball back in now. Rendell got the knockdown. Montrose just trying to hold the ball in here. It's where they want it. It's only 15 minutes gone in this second term, and they've really dominated this second quarter as well, Montrose. They've started off both terms in this game very well. Noble Park have the answer. It's a 3-goal margin at quarter time. It's been clawed back to 1 point. 29 plays 28, efl.org.au, streaming live around the globe all afternoon. We hope you are enjoying the broadcast here as a strong tackle that time was done on Rendell. The kick goes forward though for Montrose. Last line of defence. And Jake Gaines dropped what he probably should have taken, but knew the safety of the ball being rushed through for a minor score was there. So scores are level. 16 minutes gone here in the second term. Noble Park to try and work themselves out here. Sketcher, short passes on. Lachlan Marola takes it just inside the defensive arc. Grandstand side will switch the ball back. That's okay. Mark taken by Ganem, who wants to take off. Skew if kick out wide. And a strong mark has been taken out there by Rendell. In fact, I think it's Tuor who short passes on, doing it in bits and pieces now, the Bulls along the wing position. Little chip kick goes up. That's, well, it was low percentage, wasn't it? But they might have another chance. Jiving on it, Brendan Gardle, who could have almost copped a high tackle there. Umpire said all was fair. We'll have a ball up just on the half-forward line, just forward of centre for the Noble Park side.
They've lost their run and carry, haven't they, this quarter, Noble? They haven't run and handball like they did in the first quarter. They've been stop, prop, kick, and their options up forward, they've just not had any. And as I said, Montrose have worked so hard to get down into the defensive end and block things up.
Scores level, 4 goals, 5 apiece, but it's Montrose who looked the goods in this second term.
Good
as
tackle.
Oakes was strongly tackled. Didn't affect his kick too much, got it out to McDonald. Up towards centre half forward, big fly, no mark taken. Clearing kick for Montrose, Davis on a long lead, and this time he takes the mark. Quickly wheels around, looks for a teammate in Dinham, and Dinham did well then, made plenty of space in the forward pocket and safely takes the mark.
Again, that was a poor option into the forward line for Noble. Put the ball on the ground and they've transitioned the ball out well. Montrose, they've been really, really impressive this quarter.
Particularly that movement down the centre corridor. That's probably the third or fourth they've had this quarter where it's just been too easy for them.
Well, Nick Dinham did kick 1 goal in the first quarter. Late replacement in this game for Andrew Haining. And his kick has drifted, across the face there. Out of bounds on the full from Dinham. And across to Barry Cotts with some more scores at the score centre.
Yes, South Belgrave 7-6-48 to Ringwood, to Churnside Park, 2 points, 2 points.
Eastoe. Neat kick, really measured the pass, he stabbed at it, and he found his teammate then on a long lead in Nick Dinham. I'll tell you what, Andrew Haining's pretty well irreplaceable, but this guy's done a pretty good job of stepping in and filling the void this afternoon.
Absolutely.
I've been really, really impressed with him. Mobile, been good with his hands, good in the middle, very, very impressed.
Late inclusion this afternoon, Nick Dinham, he's already got 1 goal, missed his last shot. And he's missed that one. Look at the distance though, sailed way over the fence.
And the race is on from the Little Leaguers.
Minor score.
And they're not giving the ball back either. They're going with it.
Let's go to Barry Cotts around the grounds with the score centre.
Yes, more Division 3 scores. Waverley Blues 3-1-19, Glenwaldy Hawks 1-4-10, and Warrandyte 2-2-14 to Don Vale, 5 behind, 5 points.
Kick goes in towards the middle of the ground. It'll be Stacks on the mill and a ball up here. Big fan of that new rule of not having to play it to yourself out of the goal square. Sure about what everybody else thinks, but I think at AFL level and even at this local level, a couple of weeks in, I'm actually a really big fan of it. High throws it up, strong tackle there, and it'll be rewarded as well. Lanyon, who you might consider to be a little bit stiff there, but it was a good tackle there by Anthony Marson. Almost looked like Lanyon might have been reported there, but he hasn't. Bastanak snaps it around the body. That was good play. Here's Langdon. Come on, Matty, what can you do? 2 kicks from home. He'll wind around now. The umpire's blown his whistle. Something's happened. It's a 25-metre penalty. Running up on the man of the mark, Liam Scott, and he's given away. I think he'd come across. I don't even think he was on the mark there.
No, he's come right across.
Boundary.
Yeah.
And he's got too close for comfort. So Matthew Langdon will be the recipient. No, I think what I was looking at, Scott was interfered with the man on the mark, who of course was Jake Gaines, who has gone down to be the man on the mark now. We'll go down boundary shortly, but they lead by 1 point in the home side. Matty Langdon, I'd love to call this one home, and he slams it over the goal umpire's head, post high. Montrose have their 5th goal on the Eastland scoreboard. They lead by 7 points, 5-6, 36 to 4-5, 29, Davo.
2 key turnovers in a row for Noble Park. 2 one-step kicks that have been very, very poor. Created 2 goals. They've got to get that out of the game.
Yeah, they've just lost their composure, particularly around their disposals and at the fall of the ball. They're just, as we saw in that first quarter, was more fluid, very decisive, and now it just seems panic stations.
It's really unravelling in this second quarter for Noble Park in pretty well all facets of their game, and they have failed to kick a goal for the term as well. G there stripped of the footy, but it landed out in the hands of Anagnostu. Little quick kick around the corner. This is promising from the Bulls. Scott, thumping kick to full forward. Plenty of holding on back there. Ben Marson got a hand to it. McMillan doesn't panic, but showed plenty of urgency still as he got his kick away. As a result, it landed in the arms of Byers. And Kieran Byers, the ruckman for Noble Park, too far out to score.
It's
a massive kick. And that is as good as you'll get from that range. Kieran Byers gets a much-needed one for Noble Park. And I didn't think he was a chance from that distance, but he made it look easy.
I'm not convinced it's a 50-metre arc out here at Montrose.
No, 40, I'd say. Yeah.
And he's kicked it, but he's kicked it on the corner of the square just about. Yeah. So, you know, if you looked at last night's where they were trying to measure how far the distance was out by using the tape measure after the game, that's a good 55-metre kick, that one. It was a beautiful kick for goal.
Well, Winks has taken off, and Barry Cotts is going to bring us some scores from around the grounds.
Yes, Division 4, it's Coldstream 10-62, following 1 point. Fair Park and Sylvan 3-5-23, Fair Park 3-2-20.
They surge forward again, the Bulls. It's a 1 point margin out here, out in front. A little kick off the ground. Tricky Dicky style by Luke Nelson. Through for 1 behind. Scores level once again on the Eastland scoreboard. More scores around the grounds, Baz.
Yeah, looking at Division 4 once again. And Forest Hill 7-7-49 to Croydon North. Emlock 2 behind, 2 points. Surrey Park 5-4-34 to Kilsyth 1-1-7.
Oh, that was smart.
Gardle, big kick in. It was knocked on nicely there. Bastanak got it away to White up towards the half-forward line. Mark's been taken by Dimon. He'll be in the side next week, don't you worry about that, as he kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Wilson over the top of him, snap around the body, going goalward that time by Easto. And through for a minor score. They regain the lead, though, 23.5 minutes into this second term by 1 point.
The difference has been that they're getting separation from their defenders, whereas the Noble forwards are not getting any separation at this stage, and they're looking a lot cleaner, a lot sharper, Montrose.
Bit of a telling statistic, a complete reversal in the inside 50s, 16-8 in favour of Montrose this quarter.
Massive kick in right to the middle of the ground where Byers
got to get the hands off. Get the hands off.
And we know he's a long kick too. He gives it to Collis though by hand. Collis has kicked to the pocket.
Good mark.
And that's a good mark taken by Kyle Martin. Had the front position.
boundary.
And he never looked like dropping that one.
Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to car sales. Here's Tim Fitzsimons.
You've seen that they've just been trying to do that all quarter, Noble Park, and they've finally got one that stick. Just takes 2 clean marks in a pack. You get a shot on goal straight from the kick in.
So Kyle Martin, he's on a slight angle, but that shouldn't cause him any problems really. He's hung it out to the right. He's never looked like making it then. So minus score, scores level 5-7-37, Montrose Noble Park, and we've gone nearly 25 minutes in this second quarter.
That's a very disappointing kick from a very experienced player who loves a goal.
Goal around the ground shortly, 'cause I don't think Baz is quite ready. Looks like he's got a mouthful. As the kick goes up towards the half-forward line, Davis was in the back spot, nicely chopped off there, though, by Ganem. They had the support. Now working his way out of traffic was Oakes into the middle of the ground, not the intended target, but it might have been touched there that time by Brenton Hillard. Pye hasn't paid the mark and will have a ball up inside the centre square. True centre wing position, really. Picturesque conditions at the foot of the Dandenongs out here at Montrose Recreation Reserve. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast. EFL.org.au around the globe this afternoon as Noble Park surge forward once again. They're trying to get their noses in front before the halftime bell rings. And perfect opportunity as it goes out of bounds to cross to Barry Cotts around the grounds on the score centre.
Yes, and it was very nice to that food. Half-time, and it's Heath 1-6, 3:39 to Mulgrave 1-5-11. And the 20-minute mark of the second quarter, it's Lilydale just ahead, 4-3-27 over Park Orchards, 3-4-22 in Division 1.
And Agnostu from the stoppage got
Great
the ball
tackle.
inside forward 50. Hillard almost threw that ball out. Umpire said it was okay. Jones, little handball out wide, and the D's are going to slow things down. Here's Rickard. Takes it across the half back line. Pretty slow here. We could have gone on with it a bit quicker. Eventually just pops it up to the wing position. It's a 3-on-1 situation here. The Bulls do have the numbers. Byers got the handball away. There's a look away one as the siren sounds to announce half time. And it's almost like a restart after the first half because scores were level at 0-0 before the game. And it's 37 apiece at half